Hey everybody, Chris here. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an update on XMoney, Dogecoin, and Elon Musk. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out as well as when we do live streams. We've been talking a lot about the launch of XMoney, still scheduled to be in 2025, but here we are already in December, and there's no XMoney yet and not even a hint of it starting. So what's going on? What's the latest? Let me get into it. Let me show you the news that I'm watching. And we start here with the XMoney profile on X, which still says launching in 2025 right there. Still says it. So we're getting close. What's going on, Elon? Now we know, right? Elon Musk is not very good at meeting schedules. Never has. And it wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't happen, but it still says right here on the XMoney profile launching in 2025. So we start with that. So where do we go? It's XMoney, right? Is it going to bring a Santa rally this year, right? Is this going to be the big thing? Is Elon waiting for Christmas time to give us a present? Or maybe New Year's Eve, right? The very last day. Some people think December 31st, right? Going to take it right to the last day. Anticipation is still there for XMoney launching in 2025. So, and of course, Doge tipping is like, are we still launching XMoney? Right, Elon, right? And a lot of people have been doing the same thing. It's like, what are we doing? And so what does AI say? Well, AI is like, look, according to the nationwide multi-state licensing system, as of December 9th, X Payments holds active money transmitter licenses in 44 U.S. states, plus Washington, D.C., so that's 45 jurisdictions. This leaves 6 states listed above without approval, preventing full nationwide operations for XMoney's peer-to-peer payments and related features. So what states are they? Delaware. We already know Delaware doesn't like Elon Musk, right? Because Elon Musk moved all his corporations out of Delaware. Hawaii, I don't know what's going on out there. Massachusetts, my home state, right? Elizabeth Warren, who's pro-banks, right? She's going to be against this. New York always is tough, particularly on crypto. And we'll talk about that in a minute. State of Washington, I don't know what's going on out there. And Wisconsin, it's like, what's Wisconsin's deal? So is that preventing XMoney from launching? That Elon doesn't have the money transmitter licenses in all states, but it's just 6 left. So, but yeah, New York, he said, Elon, 2 years ago, he said New York was going to be tough. The last time he publicly commented in words, right? He said that, and we covered that a couple of years ago when that happened, and that made a lot of sense. And rumors are that even in New York, the application was pulled for some reason, and so still trying to figure out what's going on with that. So that's the latest on money transmitter licenses that the X Corporation would need to have in order to operate this peer-to-peer payments system with actual money on it, right? So regulatory, right? It's all regulatory. Now this goes back to January of this year. Linda Yaccarino was the CEO of X at the time. We were getting more information from Linda than we were from Elon, because she had slide decks and stuff talking about payments and peer-to-peer and how that could work, all that stuff. That was a little over a year ago. We covered that. And then also in January when she said that there was this Visa partnership. And as soon as we heard that, we were like, oh dear. Because we were thought, oh, Dogecoin is going to be integrated onto X. And as soon as we heard this, we were like, oh, Visa doesn't like Dogecoin. Visa doesn't like crypto. So, but I get it though, right? It allows for secure and instant funding to your X wallet via Visa Direct. So that makes sense, right? Security is important, and Visa certainly is up there in security, right? Connects to your debit card, allowing P2P payments. Option to instantly transfer funds to your bank account. First of many big announcements about XMoney this year, LFG, and it's like, what have we had? We've had one, and I'll show you that one in a minute. Otherwise, it's been radio silence, right? We don't know. Lex, of course, says, I can't wait for this. Payments, banking, etc. could use a lot of innovation, which certainly on X that would be. But then Lex also says integrating crypto would be great too. And yeah, it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. The last post that Elon said about this was a reply post to Nima, right? There is no sign of any crypto involvement in XMoney at the moment. I really hope that they do. And Elon is like, XMoney is working internally and will start extending to outside beta users soon. And that was in September. So, of course, he didn't address the cryptocurrency part of it. But he did say that it's working on its internal testnet, and there are going to be beta users. Haven't heard anything about beta users except one, right? We do know one that we covered last month that said it was really cool, right? And that's about all it could say. Probably has an NDA, right? And can't really talk about it, would be my guess. But that's what's going on. So what is XMoney? Do crypto fit in or not? This is a great new article. Even though XMoney does not yet exist, it's already become one of Elon Musk's loudest next big things, right? Official information remains far more cautious than the market would like. All confirmed signals point to classic fintech, right? Keeping it quiet, working internally, a lot of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements for those that don't know. X frames the service as a payments layer for a future super app, right? X, the WeChat, right, of America. That's what Elon does. And we know Elon uses WeChat, right? He goes over to Shanghai, right, where he has a Tesla company over in China. And most likely, he communicates with that whole Chinese group in Tesla using WeChat. So he's familiar with how WeChat works. It is a true everything app in China, where social media and not only messaging, but calls. You can do full video calls on WeChat and banking. That's right. All of the payments can all be there. You don't even need a bank account. And Elon even said that a couple of years ago. It was like on X, with X payments, as it was called at the time, you wouldn't even need a bank account. And I'm like, I'm interested in that. I don't like the banks, right? But what would that be? You can link bank cards, cash outs, creator payouts, digital wallets, person-to-person transfers, like all of that, right? And Visa, with that partnership, reinforces that direction. Integrating Visa Direct enables X to operate on fiat rails within banking infrastructure. So it's not crypto. And I know it's like people say, oh, Dogecoin sucks because it's not on X. And I've always said that. Right from the start, it's like, guys, the direction that Elon's going to take this, because he used to run PayPal, right? So he knows how the banking system works, and crypto would be really, really hard, right? Maybe there could be one little piece of it somewhere, like for donations or tips or creator payouts, right? But it wouldn't be that full P2P thing. Maybe there's a way to have a small crypto roll on it or something. But even that would be hard integrating, mostly for security, right? Because the first time, anytime you're dealing with money, right, in a public system, right, security is number one. You can't have the scammers coming in, right? And taking your money. That's going to be the most important thing. All the fraud, all the other stuff that can go on, that has to be managed. The clearest technical indicator is public job postings, right? Because they're not doing announcements, but there have been some job postings for roles within XAI for helping to build XMoney that we saw a number of months ago. And so we take little pieces of information out of that, and it does seem to be, a ground-up, scalable system. The system architecture is all fiat, no mention of crypto or blockchain. So it's transaction security, card operations, compatibility with banking rails, like all of that. So, and again, it's not any different than what I've been saying all along. Don't expect Dogecoin to be integrated fully into XMoney because it's not going to be there. So now, where'd all the hype come from about crypto? it just comes from associations, community narratives, Elon Musk, right? Dogecoin memes. And so it's all kind of made up as far as crypto. So that background creates an expectation that any Musk-linked payments product will involve digital assets, but that is an expectation. It's not a documented company strategy. Never said that anywhere. Although Elon does give us a lot of Dogecoin hints. But he just likes to have fun too. In reality, right, it's going to be fiat. It's going to be fiat only. So what do they need to make that happen, right? It's, again, the American WeChat. If we focus on actions rather than market fantasies, Musk's strategy looks pragmatic. He's building the financial backbone of a super app, not a crypto ecosystem. The closest analog is China's WeChat. Social networking, payment services exist inside a single ecosystem that keeps the user on the platform. X's early moves align with this logic. The company is pursuing money transmitter licenses in the U.S., preparing creator payouts, integrating Visa for card-based operations. The emphasis is not on flashy tech novelty, but on covering user scenarios, end-to-end, wallet, P2P payments, subscriptions, tips, donations, small business payments, commerce, right? Are we going to have this whole Shopify thing where you can use XMoney within Shopify? We know there's a partnership there as well. All of that could be building. There's a lot of rumors about like stock trading and crypto trading within X as well. They used to have a partnership with eToro. That seems to be gone now. So not sure where that's going to go, but XMoney would certainly be a good step towards allowing that sort of securities trading on X. So crypto, not a product engine. If anything, it complicates the rollout through regulatory risk, additional infrastructure. This is why the fiat-first foundation makes sense, with any potential crypto layer postponed to a later stage. That makes sense. Why is it not launching yet? Well, first, right, we don't have a product yet, right? It's still in development. Elon says that it's in internal test, rolling out to beta users, which we know is happening, but there's an NDA clouding all of that, and we don't have any details. Regulation. X has some U.S. licenses, but not all. So are they waiting until they get them all? Do they need 6 more? Massachusetts and New York, not going to happen anytime soon. Trust, right? There's a lot of questions about the X platform. Certainly the left doesn't like Elon and X, so there's going to be sort of this anti-Musk campaign going on, right? Of all this FUD being thrown at it. And security's got to be number one. It's probably why they did the Visa partnership. Security is going to be number one. In competition, right? XMoney, it's going to be up against PayPal, Cash App, Apple Pay, Google Pay, like all of that. People use all of this stuff. Who's going to want to use XMoney? Well, some of us who don't want to rely on the banks, but yet Visa is like integrated in, and Visa is going to want their slice of everything, some percentage of, I mean, I guess that's the price you pay for the security piece that Visa will give you. But yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's going to be no crypto at first. It's just that's not happening. So, but could Dogecoin actually have some small role, like creator payouts or donations or tips or something? That could come, and that may be later, right? Once they get the thing started, they got to have the built platform, right? The core infrastructure. They have to prove the reliability. So crypto will come. But we know what'll happen, right? Once XMoney launches, right? Elon, there's a sheep-up Floki, like the CEO of X, like, come on, Dogecoin, right? That doesn't mean the Dogecoin price won't pump. Even when XMoney launches without Dogecoin, an expectation that maybe Doge will be integrated in the future is enough to cause the price of Dogecoin to do a pump. I mean, we saw that 3 years ago in October 2022. Elon Musk bought Twitter, and the price of Dogecoin doubled. More than doubled in the bottom of a bear market. So that can still happen. And we know there's video clips of early on Elon talking about like maybe having like articles that could be posted on X with Twitter at the time, and people could pay for articles, and they could use like a Doge, right? Yeah, I'll pay a Doge to read this article. Now, none of that has ever launched, but they did do creator payouts. So at least based on views, people who consistently post on X are receiving some compensation for that. So, and of course you see the biggest accounts are getting tons of views and they're making money, and some are even building businesses off of this. So that's all happening. But yet we wait. We wait right now. Continue watching CryptoTab, especially on my live streams. Every day I show this. I look at the XMoney account every live stream launching in 2025. And I'll continue to show it until it either changes, or if it goes into 2026 and this still says launching in 2025, that would be very disappointing. So we don't want that, Elon. Let's give us an update. What's going on? We'd appreciate that. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? XMoney, Dogecoin, is it a big deal? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.